Welcome back, car enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the world of future classic cars. These are the vehicles that are not only great to drive now, but are also likely to appreciate in value over time. So if you're looking for a smart investment, stay tuned. We're going to take a look at 10 cars that I think have the potential to be worth serious money in the years to come. Some of these are a little quirky, some are already appreciating, and some are just plain cool cars that I think deserve a spot on this list. Now remember, this is just my opinion, and predicting the future of the car market is about as reliable as predicting the weather in March. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Let's get started. First up, we have a car that's near and dear to many enthusiasts' hearts, the Mazda RX-7, specifically the third generation FD RX-7, produced from 1992 to 2002. It's already a classic, and its value is only going up. Why? The iconic 1.3-litre twin-turbocharged Wankel rotary engine. It begs to be driven hard, and its design is timeless. Good examples are getting harder to find. If you want a fun, collectible car, the RX-7 is worth considering. Plus, you'll look incredibly cool driving it. Our next contender needs no introduction. It's the Toyota Supra Mk4, a car that's already achieved legendary status. This is the car that Brian O'Connor drove in The Fast and the Furious. The Supra's claim to fame is its legendary 2JZ GTE engine. This 3.0-litre twin-turbocharged inline-six is known for its bulletproof reliability. It's a tuner's dream, and it's one of the reasons why the Supra has such a devoted following. But the Supra is more than just a powerful engine. It's also a beautifully designed car, with its flowing lines and iconic rear spoiler. Clean examples are already commanding top dollar. As more people discover the joys of driving a well-sorted Supra, demand is only going to increase. So if you're lucky enough to own a Supra Mk4, hold on to it. Now let's talk about a car that I think is a little bit underrated in the world of future classics, the Nissan 300ZX. Specifically the Z32 generation, which was produced from 1989 to 2000. The 300ZX was a technological marvel when it debuted, with its advanced twin-turbocharged V6 engine, four-wheel steering, and sleek aerodynamic design. It was a driver's car through and through, and it quickly gained a reputation for its performance and handling. But somewhere along the way, the 300ZX got lost in the shuffle. The 300ZX has all the ingredients of a future classic. It's a great-looking car, it's fun to drive, and it's becoming increasingly rare. So if you're looking for a future classic that's still relatively affordable, the 300ZX is definitely worth a look. It's a car that's poised for a comeback, and I wouldn't be surprised to see its value skyrocket in the coming years. Chapter 4, BMW E46 M3, the ultimate driving machine. Moving on to Germany, we have a car that needs no introduction to BMW enthusiasts, the E46 M3. Produced from 2000 to 2006, this generation of M3 is widely considered to be one of the best M cars ever made. Under the hood is a naturally aspirated 3.2-litre inline-six that produces 333 horsepower and revs to a screaming 8,000 revolutions per minute. This engine is a masterpiece of engineering, and it's one of the best-sounding six-cylinder engines ever made. But the E46 M3 is more than just an engine. It's a perfectly balanced sports car that's equally at home on a racetrack or a winding back road. E46 M3 prices have been steadily climbing in recent years, but I still think there's room for growth. As more people realize just how special this car is, demand is only going to increase. Chapter 5, Honda S2000, the high-revving Honda. Next up, we're heading back to Japan for another high-revving legend, the Honda S2000. Produced from 1999 to 2009, the S2000 was Honda's gift to enthusiasts, a pure sports car designed to celebrate the company's 50th anniversary. The heart of the S2000 is its incredible engine. The 2.0-litre naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine revs to a stratospheric 9,000 revolutions per minute and produces one of the most intoxicating exhaust notes you'll ever hear. It's a beautifully balanced sports car with near-perfect weight distribution and razor-sharp handling. ES 2000 prices have been on the rise in recent years, and I think that trend is only going to continue. It's a car that has everything going for it. It's fun to drive, it's reliable, and it's becoming increasingly rare. Chapter 6. Porsche 996-911, the controversial classic. Now let's talk about a car that's a little bit controversial in the Porsche world, the 996 generation of the 911. Produced from 1997 to 2004, the 996 was a major departure for Porsche. It was the first 911 to be water-cooled, and it featured a completely redesigned exterior that was a significant departure from the classic 911 shape. The 996 was met with mixed reviews when it debuted. However, in recent years, the 996 has started to come into its own. As the first of the water-cooled 911S, it represents a significant turning point in the model's history. And as older 911S continue to appreciate in value, the 996 is starting to look like a relative bargain. So if you're looking for a future classic Porsche that's still relatively affordable, the 996 is definitely worth considering. For our next car, let's take a look at a car that's known for its distinctive design, the first generation Audi TT. When it debuted in 1998, the TT was an instant sensation. Its Bauhaus-inspired design, with its simple curves and rounded edges, was unlike anything else on the road. The TT wasn't just a pretty face, though, it was also a very capable sports car, especially in turbocharged form. Early models were plagued by stability issues, and the TT's reputation suffered as a result. But Audi addressed these issues in later models, and the TT eventually redeemed itself. Today, the first-generation TT is starting to be appreciated for what it is, a stylish and capable sports car that was ahead of its time. If you're looking for a future classic that's stylish, affordable, and fun to drive, the first-generation Audi TT is definitely worth considering. Chapter 8. Ford Mustang GT, the American icon. Let's shift gears now and talk about an American icon, the Ford Mustang GT. Specifically, the SN95 generation, which was produced from 1994 to 2004. The SN95 Mustang was a significant departure from its Fox body predecessor. It featured a more modern design, a more refined interior, and a more sophisticated suspension. It was a Mustang that was designed to appeal to a wider audience, and it was a huge success for Ford, but despite its popularity, the SN95 Mustang is often overlooked by collectors. However, I think the SN95 Mustang is poised for a comeback. It's a great-looking car, it's fun to drive, and it's becoming increasingly rare in good condition. So, if you're looking for a future classic American muscle car that's still relatively affordable, the SN95 Mustang GT is a great option. Chapter 9. Chevrolet Corvette C5, the American sports car legend. Now let's talk about another American icon, the Chevrolet Corvette, specifically the C5 generation, which was produced from 1997 to 2004. The C5 Corvette was a radical departure from its predecessor. It featured a completely new design, a more powerful engine, and a more sophisticated suspension. It was the first Corvette to feature a transaxle gearbox, which helped to give it near-perfect weight distribution. The result was a car that was significantly faster and more agile than its predecessor. Today, the C5 Corvette is starting to be appreciated as a future classic. It's a great-looking car, it's incredibly fast, and it's surprisingly affordable. So if you're looking for a future classic American sports car that's still relatively affordable, the C5 Corvette is a great option. Chapter 10. Subaru Impreza WRX STI, the rally legend. Finally, let's talk about a car that's near and dear to rally enthusiasts, the Subaru Impreza WRX STI, specifically the Bug-Eye generation, which was produced from 2001 to 2007. The Bug-Eye STI was a significant departure from its predecessor. It featured a controversial new front-end design, a more powerful engine, and a more sophisticated all-wheel drive system. The Bug-Eye STI was an instant hit with enthusiasts. So, if you're looking for a future classic rally-bred sports car that's still relatively affordable, the Bug-Eye Subaru Impreza WRX STI is a great option. Outro future classics, drive today, treasure tomorrow. And there you have it, folks. These are just a few of the many cars that I think have the potential to be future classics. If you're looking for a car that's fun to drive, has a passionate following, and has the potential to appreciate in value, these are all great options to consider. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more automotive content. See you in the next video.